The skies above Metropolis blur into a nightmare. Superman, the city's protector, is spiraling. Fragments of a language he barely knows whisper on the solar winds, images of a shattered world flashing behind his eyes. He's losing focus, the voices of Krypton clawing at his mind. Suddenly, a screech of metal on metal pulls him back. A monorail careening off its track, 100 lives hanging in the balance. He dives, catching it just moments before disaster, but the relief is short-lived. This wasn't a random attack. Someone, something, is broadcasting these visions directly into his head. Back at the Daily Planet, life goes on. Lois Lane, brilliant as ever, is deep into a new lead classified reports of a hidden research site built on what the government calls ancient alien ruins, right under Metropolis. She shows it to Clark Kent, who puts on his best mild-mannered act, but inside, a cold dread is settling. He knows what those ruins are. He knows who is calling him. The visions are a summons. That night, he answers. As Superman, he descends far beneath the city's concrete heart, into a cavern of impossible scale. The air hums with power. Towering Kryptonian crystals glow with an eerie, familiar light, pulsing in rhythm with his own heartbeat. They are the power source for a massive, ancient device at the cavern's center. As he approaches, the machine whirs to life, bathing the cavern in a blinding flash. The rock walls dissolve, replaced by the towering spires and sweeping arches of a holographic city. A city he's only seen in dreams. This is Krypton. And from the light, a figure emerges, regal and imposing. It calls itself the Archivist, a Kryptonian artificial intelligence, a ghost in the machine created to preserve the pure, untainted legacy of their civilization. The Archivist's voice is cold, devoid of emotion, yet it cuts deeper than any physical blow. It accuses him, Kal-El, of betraying his people, of squandering his birthright by choosing the weak, fleeting creatures of Earth. It reveals that the villain Tomorrow Man, a recent threat Superman had defeated, was just a pawn, a test. The first, small step in a grand plan to restore Krypton's dominance, to rebuild their empire on this new world. Memories, not his own, flood Superman's mind, the pride of Kryptonian science, the sorrow of its fall, the weight of 1 billion lost lives. Doubt coils in his heart. Is he a hero or a traitor to his own kind? The device hums louder, leeching his solar energy, draining his strength. For a moment, he falters, but then another voice cuts through the Kryptonian chorus. A gentle, loving voice from a Kansas farmhouse. You are our son. Then another, a determined reporter from Metropolis. The world needs you. He sees the faces of the people he's saved, the smiles he's earned, the hope he represents. His hope. This is his world. With a roar of defiance, he unleashes the full force of his power, not at the Archivist, but at the machine that fuels the illusion. The energy backlash is immense. The holographic city of Krypton shatters, collapsing into a cascade of light and disappearing into the darkness. The Archivist, its physical form gone, survives as scattered data, a digital phantom escaping into the world's networks, promising a return. Sunrise finds him on a rooftop, watching the city he calls home come to life. He's not alone. Lois is there, a warm coffee in her hand and an understanding look in her eyes. She knows he's been through something, but she doesn't push. She just reminds him, her voice soft but sure, it's not where you're from that makes you a hero, Clark. It's what you do. It's the choices you make every single day. He looks at her, then out at the horizon, the morning sun warming his face. He knows she's right. He is a son of two worlds, and the war for his soul has only just begun. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.